Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new month of the gaming PC builds. A new, let's say a new 2 months of the gaming PC builds. You may or may not have noticed I am very, very, very late for July's builds, but to no avail. I have combined July's and August 2014's builds into this one article and this one video, so bear with me and don't mind that I am almost a month late, but nonetheless, these builds will be for kind of the later half of July and into August. That includes the $1,500 build, the $1,000 build, and the $600 build as per usual. You can visit the site. The links will be in the description, as well links to all of the hardware should you be interested in purchasing any of the builds. So without further ado, let's get started. My name is Corey from noobcomputerbuild.com, and let's get started with the $1,500 gaming PC build. This time around, it's kind of exciting because Intel has come out with their kind of line of Devil's Canyon CPUs, and so we will be featuring the Intel i5-4690K in the two higher end builds, the $1,500 and $1,000 build this month. So that's good, and with that was the new motherboards, which I did feature in the last month's build. So, but I have used a different brand this month. So, and starting off with the $1,500 build, currently at $1,514, a little bit over, but the prices have been fluctuating, so keep an eye out for those. The processor, like I said, is the Intel Core i5-4690K for $238.99. And with the $1,500 build this month, I've switched the cooler from the air cooler to this liquid CPU cooler, the Cooler Master Scion 120M. You can include the Cooler Master Hyper 212 air cooler for about half the price, or you can go with this. This will be a little better, or it's up to you. But it did fit into the budget, and you can knock the budget under $1,514 if you feel you want to go with the air cooler instead. The motherboard this month, you may notice throughout these builds that I went a little MSI crazy, and it's not on purpose. I'm not going, oh, MSI is so awesome, but they just happen to fit perfectly this month, price-wise and quality-wise. So the motherboard included is the MSI Gaming 5 Z97 edition of this motherboard for $146.99, which will match up perfectly with the new Devil's Canyon CPUs. The graphics card, we have changed it up to the Radeon R9 290X this month, in this case the gaming series, the MSI Gaming Series version, for $479.99. So it will go hand in hand in terms of looks with the motherboard, if that matters to you at all. And then for RAM, we do have 16 gigabytes, which I have included 16 for quite a few months now. And in this case, the Crucial Ballistics Sport 16 gigabyte kit, $144.99. The hard drive, I include the Western Digital 1 terabyte black edition, which is a little bit faster than the blue edition, but for $74.50. And if you do find a huge price discrepancy between the two, the blue edition and the black edition, you can go with the blue, no problem at all. Because we do include an SSD, which you can use for your start drive and all your most used apps. And here we have the Samsung Electronics 840 Pro Series, 128 gigabyte SSD for $116.64. You could probably bump this up to a 256 gig and get rid of this black edition, but you'd still have less room than this 1 terabyte plus this 128 gigabyte drive. Moving on, the power supply. We have the 750 watt EVGA Supernova power supply this month. It's the Supernova 750 G2, so it's a newer line of power supplies, but they're good for $109, especially for $109.99. It's fully modular. Here, I'll show you here. You can read all the details if you like at evga.com, but it's fully modular. It's at a great price, and plus it's gold rated. Sorry, 850. It's 80 plus gold rated efficiency, so it's a high end efficiency, and it has been getting good ratings. So I would recommend this power supply. And then the optical drive, we just have a cheap $17.99 LG Electronics optical drive for a total of $1,414. Just a side note, if you wanted to save some money, you could do without the optical drive. You could, oh, sorry, I forgot the case, but I'll jump to that in a second. So you could do without the optical drive, save $18, install your OS with a thumb drive. You could bump this down to a Western Digital Blue. You don't need 16 gigabytes. You can bump that down to 8 if you like, but I do like 16. It'll be useful in the upcoming little bit here, I think. And then you can also bump the cooler down to an air cooler if you like. So that would save you some cash on the $1,500 build while limiting your hit in performance. The case we have for the $1,500 build for $119 is this Corsair Carbide Series 540 PC case. I chose this one. It's not a new case, but I love these cases. The shape and the look. It has high efficiency cooling, etc., but mostly I really like the look. And you can go to the site here at thecorsair.com and read more about it. But as you can see, there's plenty of room for fans. Like it says here, you can have up to 540 millimeter fans or up to 6 120 millimeter fans. And then there's room for a 280 millimeter top radiator. So overall, there's a lot of room for adding cooling, but mostly I just like the look. Moving on to the $1,000 gaming PC build for July and August 2014. Same as the $1,500 build. We have the new Intel Core i5-4690K processor, $238.99. In this build, we have this air cooler included, the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo for $29.99. The same motherboard, so this MSI Gaming 5 Z97 for $146.99. The graphics card, we have this again in MSI R9 280X Gaming Series graphics card for $296.99. In the $1,000 build, we only have 8 gigabytes RAM, and in this case, the Kingston HyperX Red 8 gigabyte kit, $75.99. RAM did bump up a little bit in price this month, so keep an eye out for that. $75.99 is a tad expensive, if you ask me, but so look for a little bit cheaper than that, because I think you will be able to find it. Western Digital 1 terabyte blue for $58. In the $1,000 build, I do not include an SSD. For one, there's no room for cost right now, but you could save up for that. The power supply, we have the EVGA 650 watt power supply. This case, it's the 650 G1 series for $79.99. Computer case, this is a new one, the Bitfinex Neos. I think this is a good pick because it's a good price, $59.98. That's cheap for a PC case. It's not anything fancy, but there are plenty of colors in this new case, and so there's a ton of room to kind of make it your own. But also, by having a cheaper PC case included in the build, you have more room for other things such as a better graphics card. And I'll show you here at the Bitfinex site. It's the new Neos, and there's tons of colors. So right up front here, you kind of see that dark navy blue, this blue white, this gray white, this black. There's also tons of others, such as here you see there's a red, etc., etc. So make it your own if you like. And then the optical drive, $17.99 for this LG optical drive. This total comes out to right now $1,004. Just a side note, I do have the alternatives included in these builds in the article, so if you do want to see some hardware alternatives, you can see them here, or just visit the site, newcomputerbuild.com, and it is in the description below. Here we go. For the final build, the $600 gaming PC build for $604 for July and August 2014. This hasn't changed too much in the last quite a bit, but it's still standing strong. The processor, we have the AMD FX 6300 for $119.14. This motherboard, the MSI AMD, this MSI 970A G46 motherboard for $75.99. It was a little bit cheaper last month, but not by much. And then the graphics card, we have this XFX Double D R9270 for $164.99. We have the same RAM kit as the $1,000 build. This is Kingston HyperX Red 8 gigabyte kit, $75.99. 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue hard drive for $58. This affordable Corsair Builder Series CX 500 watt power supply, $62.37. This very affordable PC case, $25.78. This Apex SK393. Nothing special, but it'll fit all your hardware, no problems. So no complaints there. So if you do want a better case or want to look a little more customized, you could look at the Bitfinex one, including the $1,000 build, for example, for a little bit more, about $30 more, or the alternatives included in this build on the site. And then finally, the optical drive, the LG Electronics optical drive for $17.99. The total comes out to $604. All right, that does it for the 3 builds this month. If you like to view the alternatives for the builds this month, like I said, come to noobcomputerbuild.com. You can view the hardware linked in the description below. My name is Corey, and I will see you next month in September. See ya.